do you think about the end?
The end of the show or the end of my life?
The end of your life.
Oh, yeah, I have thought about that. I did my search of death many years ago. When I was a teenager, my brother died when I was 15, and he was 19. And I started a very determined search for what that was and what that meant. Then it really upset my life, and that was one of the things that was not solved, but this path was established because of KPFA and Alan Watts. And then, I looked at, the religious, went to originally the Jewish religion and then the Christian religion, and then I looked at little yoga things, Yogananda, and Yogananda was too miraculous and disbelievable, and the mainstay religions they had lines, they had acts, they had little sayings and stuff, but nobody believed that crap. And so I was left hanging and determined to figure it out, because it was a decision which would affect what I would do with my life, what happened to my brother, and where is he, and why.
What happened to my brother, and where is he, and why? Tell me where you think he is, and why.
I can't say, but I know. Is it interesting? And I have had experience with him since his death, some years ago. And it's funny, I'm still mourning. I went to psychotherapy and when I was 30 years old, and the psychiatrist says, 15 years is long enough to grieve. So now it's been 61 years, but not totally and not constantly, just but I know, and I know to my satisfaction, but I can't really explain. But I'm not afraid of it. I'm not afraid of it at all. And I have to, a lot of that has to do with LSD experiences and peyote experiences to understand what life is and what I am and what I'm not. What we are not and what we are. And what consciousness is, and the relationship of consciousness to individuality, all the stuff that I play, but it's a reality, and it arms you. The knowledge arms you, not with fairy tales or comfort, but with the reality that you're prepared for. So I'm not afraid of death. I faced death. Even I noticed. So I had a motorcycle accident 15 years ago, and I was gonna crash into this van that was coming at me, and I did good. I did good. I did not panic. I didn't. I said, oh, but it looks like this is it. And it wasn't. But I was ready for it, without excitement, without dread, without anything. Just, there it is. I'm ready to go. But I didn't go.
Do you have any idea because you're not social. You don't go out. You don't talk to people. It's not as if you hang out at places where people walk up to you and say, "Oh, you're Elliot Mintz. You know, I used to listen to you talking to John Lennon all the time." You know, all of that business. You don't do that. Do you have any idea how many people over these 38 years you have touched, how their lives have been altered by the voices that you have presented? Do you have a grasp on that, Roy?
No, I don't think there's. I mean, there's probably a lot, but not all that many. My measure, I hate to sound like this, but my measure is how many pledges I can bring in for the station during the fund drive.
That's it?
And it dropped. Well, that's an important measure. It's to keep it going, and that is the payoff. The payoff is for the station, because the message is from the station. The facility is from the station. The facility is the station. It's not the payoff. It's a measure. It's a measure. A measure is the amount of listeners. No, I don't know. I mean, I value the good it's done, but I don't have doesn't matter so much. You might say I would it goes under the rubric of the you do something, but you don't search for the outcome, because that takes away the energy of doing more good things, and you let the outcome take care of itself. But you do as much good things as you can, and I enjoy the good things that I do. I enjoy doing, and it's easy, and it fits with me because I love the radio. I love the show that I do. I love to stay up all night. I am separated from people, really anonymous, and I am totally engaged with them at the same time. I'm separated but engaged. So I'm not antisocial. I'm not, I'm doing very important social work, but I'm not, I don't have to. I spent many years as a checker in grocery stores.
Yeah.
And at one point I thought, when I was being criticized for being non-sociable, and I said, look, I check 600-800 people a day, several days a week. I met enough people.
Yeah.
So I met enough. And I don't, I don't withhold. I'm not, I don't sit in a corner but I admire your curiosity and your interest in people. I think it's really admirable, but I don't envy it. But I think it's very admirable to be that way. But I am not that way. I never have been that way, and I don't want to try to be that way, because I've tried that before and I'm not that way. So I got the radio station to say, there. Boop, boop.
You have been a force, a voice, and a conduit to more people than you could ever imagine during these 38 years. It is an honor to know you, and I love you, and I thank you for just being candid in your expression. I know it's a little unusual,
uncomfortable
for you, and I'm sorry if I made you feel uncomfortable in any way, but I promise you that the people who listen to you and care about you needed to hear some of what you shared, and it was for that reason that I wanted to point the microphone in your direction.
Only for you, Elliot. Only for you.
Play a song and we'll then wrap it up. You're listening to the Roy of Hollywood program over KPFK 90.7 FM radio in Los Angeles.